Fire investigators spent most of the morning working to find out what sparked a fire at Long John Silver's while the business was closed. Get ready for a lot of extra traffic and people in Lexington. The boys' Sweet 16 basketball tournament began today. What you need to know ahead. North Korea has sentenced an American student to 15 years hard labor for crimes against the state. We'll tell you what he's accused of doing.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam Dick and Jennifer Palumbo reporting. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire that badly damaged a Lexington restaurant.
It started around 7 this morning at the Long John Silver's in the Tates Creek Center. Caitlin Setner talks to the owner, who says this isn't the first time the restaurant has caught fire. It's our top story at 4:30.
Luckily, no one was inside the restaurant when Long John Silver's caught fire. It was actually a passerby who noticed smoke and then called 911. Firefighters still haven't determined an official cause for what sparked an early morning fire inside the Lexington restaurant. It happened just before 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. Firefighters were on scene within minutes and were able to contain the fire to the interior. They say it originated in an attic area. That's why they took down the suspended ceiling and cut a hole in the roof. Firefighters say the smoke was visible from a distance.
Those of us that have done this job for a while, you know, when you come over the hill, you smell that wood burning. You can tell pretty much something's on fire somewhere.
It's just a cost of doing business, just part of it. You know, these are the reasons you have insurance, and these are the things you have to plan for.
No employees will be without work. Plans are to move them to other franchise locations temporarily. In Lexington, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
Investigators have ruled out arson. Owners hope to reopen the restaurant within 30 to 60 days. For the third time this week, Lexington police are investigating an overnight shooting. Police were called to the Tates Creek Crossing apartment complex on Center Parkway just after 5 this morning. Police say a man was shot in the leg and banging on someone's door for help. So far, no arrests have been made. Then a fourth shooting happened this afternoon on Ohio Street. We'll have more on that on WKYT News at 5. The boys' Sweet 16 basketball tournament started today, and that means extra people and traffic in downtown Lexington.
The population of Lexington is going to explode. Yes. About 100,000 fans expected at the annual tournament at Rupp Arena. There will be 4 games a day the next 3 days. WKYT's Sabira Rayford has more on an exciting tournament.
It's your sweet 16 edition. Ready?
For some, the Kentucky High School Boys Sweet 16 is a tradition.
We try and come every year. It's a wonderful event, wonderful. It's great to see these kids get out there and hustle and go on.
For others, it's their first time.
It's my first year. I'm a freshman, my first year coming out.
Regardless the reason of attendance, the city has prepared for thousands of fans to show up at Rupp Arena this week.
City officials are warning people who work downtown that they might want to leave a little bit early this week to avoid this.
Lexington parking's a nightmare, period.
Restaurant owner Jim Sawyer says he loves the business he gets from the Sweet 16, but his staff has had to come up with a system for parking.
I think my employees know enough, and I tell them to park a little bit out of downtown and walk. A lot of them will ride public transportation, and I have a reserve spot, so I'm able to park, but most of them have figured it out over the years.
Still, Sawyer says this is something that's been on his calendar for a while.
We have been prepping like little prepared little animals for their hibernation. We have packed our restaurant full of burgers and buns and French fries, and we're preparing to feed a bunch of people between each one of these sessions and before they go into the games.
The last game of this evening features 2 powerhouses, Paul Lawrence Dunbar and Mercer County. The game is slated to start at 8. Sabir Rayford, WKYT.
And in this afternoon session at Rupp, Murray beat Buckhorn and Newport Central Catholic knocked out Louisville Trinity. We'll have highlights coming up a little bit later in sports. The Kentucky Wildcats are in Des Moines preparing for their first game in the NCAA tournament.
The Cats will have an open practice this afternoon. UK plays Stony Brook tomorrow night around 9:40, and you can see the game right here on WKYT. We'll also have live coverage from Des Moines of the players and Coach Cal talking to reporters later this afternoon. It's another pleasant day in the Bluegrass with temperatures in the mid-60s right now.
Oh, it's just super out there, but It's not going to last. We're in for big changes as we head toward our weekend. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, who even has, did I hear flakes in the forecast at some point?
Yeah, you know what? I wish you were hearing something different, but unfortunately, you are hearing us correctly. As we go into the weekend, it's going to get cold enough, potentially, for some rain and some of the snow possibilities creeping into the picture Saturday and Sunday. We'll worry about that in a couple of days. We still have another nice day ahead of us. We have another nice evening ahead of us. It's on the windy side, 65 popular, Lexington, Frankfort, Mountain Parkway. Look at Jackson, 72 degrees still, southeastern Kentucky. And look at the mountains now. Those buds are really now beginning to show off. Unfortunately, it's a little early, and we've got some cold air coming this weekend. Defender Radar Network Broadview out there to show you some clouds that are trying to bubble up to our west around the St. Louis area. Notice a little batch of some light rain. You may see a shower skipping through here late in the evening tomorrow. That's ahead of a push of some cooler air that blows into town as we go toward our Friday. If you're out this evening, it's a nice one, 60 at 7 o'clock. With the time change, obviously now the temperatures corresponding with the hours are up just a little bit, 50 by the time we hit 11 o'clock this evening. When I come back, guys, we will focus on the bad part of that forecast that is, unfortunately, your weekend.
An American college student is facing 15 years of hard labor in a North Korean prison.
The country's highest court sentenced the University of Virginia student overnight, accusing him of trying to steal a propaganda banner. Seth Doan reports.
The University of Virginia student was paraded through North Korea's highest court today, handcuffed and shuffling past photographers. Otto Frederick Warmbier was detained in January as he prepared to leave North Korea after visiting the reclusive country with a tour group. Today was the first we'd seen of the 21-year-old since his tear-filled apology broadcast on state media in late February.
I entirely beg you, people and government of the DPR Korea, for your forgiveness. Please. I have made the worst mistake of my life.
In that bizarre, rambling, and likely forced confession, he claimed to have tried to steal a political banner from his Pyongyang hotel as a souvenir for a family friend. When we've visited North Korea, we've been closely monitored, and our bags have been carefully checked, going both in and out of the country.
In a statement, Warmbier said that he took that poster from an employees-only floor at the hotel in Pyongyang. I've stayed at that same hotel in North Korea, and there are indeed floors that are off-limits to visitors. CBS News reached out to Warmbier's family, but we have not heard back. Seth Doan, CBS News, Tokyo.
The North Korean government alleges Warmbier was encouraged to commit the hostile act by a purported member of an Ohio church, a secretive university organization, and even the CIA.
Ahead, celebrities affected by the massive nude photo link in 2014, including Kentucky native Jennifer Lawrence, finally getting some closure. We'll have the latest on that.
Something political, you know, I don't know if he was set up but I mean, gosh, what an idiot.
Wow, he's being an example to
I said, you know, you might be able to do that like in Mexico or something. Yeah.
You get your graphic, or you
okay.
Oh, you did? Awesome, thanks.
Jennifer, you want to look on my iPad?
Yeah, let me look at yours. Sorry, Shay, my iPad is completely locked up. I got to log on another one, but I'm going to. That's all right. Standing over.
First
are you
one's
first?
Victor, second one's me.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. The state releases its findings in the death of a teenager at a juvenile detention facility.
3, 2, 1. We're live in Des Moines, Iowa, where the Wildcats are getting ready for tomorrow's first round NCAA tournament game.
You want 5:30?
I wonder if they're ready.
Okay, hang on, we'll check right here.
Ooh, that looks like you. Okay.
Let's see.
Is he?
So that's a SOT.
Is he still rolling?
That's
well, but I think it's our SOT though. If it's in all caps,
what
that's
about
why.
This one. This says SOT 2.
Do we have somebody named PP?
And the third one looks like
we can wait.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. You're not marked on 5:30.
Unless Canada says do 5:30. All right, let's see if I can get logged into this one. Okay.
Well, we got some time now, finally.
Did the story say what he was doing in North Korea in the first place? Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
What a picture-perfect pattern we've been in for the better part of the past couple of weeks. It's one that is way out of the ordinary for this time of year. You don't need me to tell you that. We were flirting with 80 degrees yesterday. Normal highs are upper 50s into much of the area as of now. We're getting closer to normal, and you know how we do things around here. We don't want to just stay normal. We're going to go below normal as we go into the weekend. Let's soak up what's out there now. Good-looking sky cam, Mountain Parkway. Check it out. Blue over top of us, the green bluegrass state of Kentucky. Now really greening up after the warm weather, recent rains. You can see that showing up on our live sky cam here at the station. Bone dry right now, 29% for the humidity. So even with recent rains, that spring forest fire season is underway now, and winds that are gusting to 25 to 30 miles per hour still. Low humidity. Please abide by all local burning restrictions. 65 degrees current temperature in Lexington. 70 still showing up southeastern Kentucky. 72 Jackson into the Prestonsburg area. Let's look to our north. Winds are becoming more westerly and southwesterly now, so we're really bottling up a lot of that cold air to the northwest. How about Wildcat fans up in Des Moines right now? 60 degrees, winds are gusty here. Big outbreak of severe weather for any fans that were heading that way yesterday into parts of especially Illinois. But again, across the entire area now, we've got those 60s to low 70s. Defender Radar Network, just hit the fast forward button, nothing to show you. How about for the next few days? Nada, nada, and then all of a sudden we go into Saturday. A little rain and the potential for some snow developing as the afternoon wears on. Here's how we get there. Good looking sky on our Lexington hour-by-hour forecast. 6 o'clock this evening, it's a mainly clear sky that will carry us right on through 11 o'clock as we go through the evening hours. Temperatures do drop fairly quickly. Then tomorrow morning, it's upper 30s to low 40s to begin the day. Tomorrow afternoon, upper 50s to low 60s, so not as warm, but still above normal tomorrow afternoon. 61 degrees, winds gusting to around 20-25 miles per hour. Out and about tomorrow evening, colder air slowly but surely pulling on into town. Look at that forecast on Friday morning. We're into the 30s to begin the day. It's been a little while since we've hit 30s around here. By Friday afternoon, closer to normal, 54, 55 degrees. Clouds are increasing with winds that are gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour still at that point. And it is from there into the weekend, we see a storm system wrapping up to our south and southeast. So some rain and some snow breaking out across parts of the area. You know, if we were a month or two ago, this would be a winter storm threat. But it's the middle and end now of March, so temperatures, at least with the norms, are skewing warmer, so we have the chance for rain and or some snow Saturday into Sunday. We'll keep an eye on that. Whatever comes this weekend into Monday, we'll bounce out of it quickly, guys. Look at that forecast from the mid-20s back into the mid-70s in just 48 hours, from Monday morning, the 20s, to Wednesday afternoon, the 70s.
You know, our crew in Des Moines, I don't see winter coats or hats. It looks a little windy, but really not too bad for Des Moines, Iowa.
Check back with us on Saturday when they're up there. All right? It will be a lot colder. So I hope they took the winter coats.
It'll be colder here, too.
It will be a lot colder here, too. Good
Thanks,
point.
Chris.
All right.
It's a production of Crimes of the Heart happening here this weekend at Leeds Theater. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about in Winchester today.
In Rob's, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to have to look over your shoulder again.
Okay. I think you're first.
Not because it's not working, but just because I'm slow. Okay. No, you're first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. The Cats are preparing for their first The Cats preparing for their first game in the NCAA tournament against Stony Brook. We'll take you to Iowa for a live news conference from the team.
And some drivers and city leaders say one Lexington road is too dangerous. We'll tell you one council member's plan to fix the problem. Coolio. I hope Rob took his black KYT jacket because he hates it so much. He was complaining about it. He's right, though. It's like we have, you know.
Oh, you're talking about
the black coat, yeah. Well, it's not, yeah, he was like, first of all, it's black. I mean, that's the biggest problem. Totally agree. I mean, like, at least, you know, I don't like 18's yellow, but they show up really well. But yeah, Rob was like, I'm freezing, but I'm not gonna wear this jacket.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
His hair doesn't move that much.
And the sun was in his eyes. I heard that too. I love Rob. I liked when he was laughing in my toss to him. Oh no, you killed the Ashley Judd story. Bummer. We killed Ashley.
Poor Ashley.
She's become really annoying at these games.
What's going on?
Well, at the tournament, she sent flowers to the ESPN crew, telling them that in exchange they needed to give her shot sheets or box scores. So one of the games, like she was probably like 4 rows in front of us. Yeah, which only goes to the media. Yeah. So she's screaming, like she's like, I need my box score. Could I get my box score? You know, like it was like, I think the ESPN people are a little busy. They're on the air right now. I mean, like, and then Jerry tipped in the middle of the game, like, and I thought this was really, like, for the beat writer to do this. Not halftime, not before, after the game. Middle of the game, like, goes over to her because she's standing up, making a scene, trying to get the sheet, and says, can I take a picture with you?
A very successful stage drama coming to the Lees Center for the Arts in Winchester, Crimes of the Heart.
Deanne Stevens is out and about with details on the production. Hi, Deanne.
Good afternoon, guys, from the Leeds Theater here in Winchester, Kentucky, where tomorrow Crimes of the Heart will open. Big production going on this weekend. Mark Mozingo is with us. He is the director. And Mark, Crimes of the Heart, tell us the background on this one.
Okay, so this is about 3 sisters in Mississippi. The youngest sister has just shot her husband, and they all come together because they haven't been together in 5 years, so chaos ensues. And the scene that we're about to show, Babe, the youngest sister, has just left. She's pissed off, and Chick, the cousin, is needling everybody.
Okay, let's go. Crimes of the Heart.
And that's putting it mildly, Liddy, honey. That's putting it mighty mild. So, Cousin Margaret, how's your singing career going? You know, I keep looking for your picture in the movie magazines. You know, you shouldn't smoke. It causes cancer. Cancer of the lungs. They say each little stick is like a little stick of cancer. A little death stick.
Well, that's what I like about it, chick. Taking a drag off death. Oh, it gives me a sense of control of my own destiny. What power, what exhilaration. Want a drag?
Oh. Zachary's liver's been saved. Well, his sister called up and said it's been saved. Isn't that good news?
Well, yes, that is fine news, mighty fine news. Why, I've been told that the liver is a powerful, important bodily organ. I believe it is used to absorb all of our excess bile.
Yes. Well, it's been saved.
So...
Scene from Crimes of the Heart, opening tomorrow night here at Leeds Theater. Mark, how can folks get tickets?
Folks can get tickets at calling the box office, 859-744-6437, or you can go to leedscenter.org.
Okay, happening this and next weekend too, right? So 2 chances. Come on out and see it 2 weekends in a row. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Crimes of the Heart at Leeds Theater here in Winchester. Back to you guys.
Impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deanne. Indiana Jones is headed back to theaters.
Suzanne Marquez has a scoop and much more in your Eye on Entertainment.
Harrison Ford is returning as Indiana Jones.
I'd cover my ears if I were you.
The Walt Disney Company confirmed Steven Spielberg will direct the 5th film in the adventure series. It's scheduled to open in 2019. Clive Owen stars in a new comedy about a deadbeat father. His weekend with his son turns into the adventure of a lifetime.
I don't know what kind of trouble we can get in a day.
Stars of The Confirmation came out for the Los Angeles premiere.
You know, the thing I love about the film is it's a very warm film and it's very touching, but it doesn't veer into being sentimental.
The Confirmation opens in theaters and on demand this Friday. Tonight, one of TV's biggest hits is heading to foreign soil. The spin-off Criminal Minds Beyond Borders premieres on CBS. Annie Funke is part of the FBI team that rescues Americans abroad.
It's just made me realize again how huge the world is and how many places there are to go, and you know, crime happens everywhere.
Gary Sinise stars as Unit Chief Jack Garrett.
Did you invite the family?
And the gang is back from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. The sequel opens next week and stars gathered for the world premiere in New York. The original film became one of the highest grossing romantic comedies of all time. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Police have arrested a Pennsylvania man connected to the 2014 Celebgate hacking scandal. Kentucky native Jennifer Lawrence and supermodel Kate Upton were just two of the more than 100 celebrities exposed, resulting in the leak of private photos and videos. Prosecutors say Ryan Collins used a phishing scheme, sending out an email that looked like it was from Apple or Google, asking them to provide usernames and passwords. Collins is charged with hacking into the accounts and faces up to 5 years in prison. The FBI says the investigation is ongoing and more arrests are expected.
You may have seen this picture online. The full story behind the grumpy grimace ahead.
We have been on a great run. It's another really nice day.
It's beautiful, but you knew it was going to end at some point, right?
Yes.
And Chris Bailey, Jim Caldwell was talking about snow, and I was like, let's wait till Chris gets here. He'll straighten this whole thing out.
Please.
So, go ahead, straighten it out.
You know what? I'm a snow fan in wintertime. You get me to March, I could care less about it. Unfortunately, Mother Nature, no man, winter have different ideas. There's at least a chance for some flakes this weekend. We'll see how much of a chance as we get a little close,er but that's indicative of an uglier pattern and a colder pattern. When you're coming out of this big warm spell like we've been in for the past couple of weeks, you start to get in on a lot of winds. Chances are it's winds of change. You get that phrase for a reason. Right now, current gusts are at 30 miles per hour in Lexington, parts of northern Kentucky, better than 30 miles per hour. At times today, we've had a few 40-mile-per-hour gusts showing up across central and eastern Kentucky. Nothing coming from the skies. It's a beautiful afternoon. March and winds, though, go hand in hand, and we've got plenty of it out there with blue skies over top of us. As we get closer to that weekend, though, we will change it up with the possibility of a little rain and or snow action. Good afternoon, at least weather-wise for the roads. Let's see how traffic is moving along with Officer Don.
Live look at Lexington rush hour traffic, and it looks like traffic flow holding its own right now. No major problems on Newtown Pike, which is a great thing. Yesterday we had all kinds of trouble there. Downtown with Sweet 16 traffic, that's going to have an impact for us all around Rupp. As far as drive times go, we're good to go around the city so far, getting a look at downtown, but no major issues headed toward Nicholasville, Richmond, just outbound Leestown roads in good shape too. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Officer Don. Tiny robots and a very grumpy mother. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
With so many advancements in technology these days, why can't tiny equipment be used to help with everyday tasks? Well, thanks to a university, it can now happen. The brainiacs at Stanford University have created a team of 6 tiny robots that can pull a car. So have you ever seen the way ants work as a team to move objects hundreds of times their size? Well, the engineering team used that method and found unbelievable results. Their tiny robots used micro-adhesion and team load sharing to pull a car nearly 4,000 pounds. So
incredible.
It can be done.
Yep. Well, all she wanted was a trip on her favorite roller coaster ride with her favorite guy. But when this New York mom didn't get what she wanted, she put on quite the grimace. Jordan's trip down Splash Mountain at Disney World has been a big splash on the internet. She says she was mad at her husband, who, after a long day at the amusement park, chose to sit out the ride. So she decided to give a humorous but harsh stare.
I kind of practiced it the whole way. And by the time we got to the last drop, I didn't know where the camera was, so I just guessed and looked over and took the picture, and that was that.
When she first showed me the photo, I just lost it. I mean, how could you not? I was like, did you coordinate this with them? Because it was so perfect.
Her husband posted the photo online. After just a week, Jordan's face has popped up at a Bernie Sanders rally, has been skydiving, and even replaced by the infamous grumpy cat. That's great, though, because it's true. You don't know where the cameras are. No. I have one of those pictures. Yeah. She has to use that as her Christmas card. That's awesome.
You said you had a classic picture of your family.
Yes.
Like, just everybody.
But we're all like,
yeah, one of those.
No grimace.
All right. Much more to come now on WKYT. Stick with us here at 5 o'clock.